Families of the 21 young people that died at Enyobeni Tavern in the Eastern Cape are accusing government of being secretive. Speaking to Newzroom Afrika, one parent has expressed disappointment at how the matter has been handled. And Ntombizonke Mgangala says they've heard reports in the media that the toxicology results are back from a laboratory in Cape Town, but nobody has said anything to the grieving families. Joining me now is Eastern Cape Government spokesperson, and that's Khuselwa Rantjie, who speaks to us from East London. Ms. Rantjie, thank you very much for your time. Are you able to tell us whether indeed, for the record, these toxicology results are back from a laboratory in Cape Town?
Good morning to you, Collie, and your viewers. Yes, I can confirm that the results are now back from the lab. In fact, the Department of Health received their results on Wednesday last week, and since they received the results, they then had to conduct further analysis looking at the report from the toxicology, as well as correlating that with the autopsy results that were done earlier on or just after the incident occurred, as well as just looking at the environment and informing us as the Office of the Premier in terms of what is happening. The doctors have been saying that it is important for the clinicians as well as the pathologists that are handling the matter to look at those three issues to be able to say this is the final report and it points to this or that being the cause of the death of those 21 young people. Of course, we understand the anxiety on the side of the family wanting to know finally what happened during that fateful Sunday morning. So we do really understand them. That's why we have started communication with them to make sure that they are kept abreast in terms of what is happening. And as I speak to you now, I'm aware that officials from the Department of Health are busy in engagements with those families just to unpack what the status is at this stage.
Khuselwa, why did the Premier of the Eastern Cape, Oscar Mabuyane, see it as okay to go and talk about these toxicology results that are back from Cape Town to a radio station without first consulting the parents, the affected parents?
I think, Oli, the Premier confirmed just that the results are back. I've noted that some of the things that have been said is that the Premier went on to speak about the details of that. We felt that it was critical to keep or to update the nation in terms of where we are with that process, and thereafter communication with the families was done. In fact, we had been communicating via emails already at that time, and the only thing that was outstanding is to say on this day, at this venue, at this time, this is where we are going to be able to give the families the report or the final report. Of course, we do understand that their feelings, it would have been better from where they are seated that government would have confirmed that with the families first before we even confirmed that the results are back with the media platforms. So we have closed that gap now, and families are aware of what is happening, or they are being informed as I speak to you in terms of where we are with this work by the Department of Health, working together with the South African Police Services.
As you say, Khuselwa, these results came back and the Department of Health still needed to do or conduct further checks. The Premier is viewed at the moment, at least by some parents, as having been insensitive to have done this. One of the parents we spoke to on this channel yesterday said as soon as she heard that the Premier had said this on radio, she was at work and she simply couldn't continue with work because that's how affected they are, having lost their children in the manner in which they went. Is the Premier prepared to apologize to these parents for what he has done?
Xoli, I do understand really and the sentiments from the parents, and the office of the MEC for the Department of Health has, on behalf of the provincial government, has extended an apology for the communication gap that has been there. And I think even on the side of the Premier, he will, when he gets an opportunity, to engage directly with the parents. But at this stage, I think the focus since since last week has been just on making sure that the best apology or the best way to deal with the matter would be for the government to just make sure that the results are released to those parents, or the parents are updated in terms of what is happening at this stage. So that has been really the one thing that we have focused on as a provincial government.
So as things stand, the parents demanded that today be the deadline that they are furnished with the toxicology reports. How many parents have been consulted out of the 21?
As of last week, Xoli, the parents have organized themselves, and they have been speaking to government through one individual, and we have engaged with that individual, and we have been given the full list of all the parents and all 21 families that have been affected by this tragedy will or are part of the meeting that the Department of Health is holding at this present moment. So all families, in short, are part of that engagement.
All right, and so you can confirm for the record that parents have received the toxicology reports today?
I can confirm, Xoli, that parents are currently in engagements with the Department of Health. What I cannot confirm is whether those results are being issued at this stage, because we are not part of that engagement. But I know 100% that there is an engagement which has been organized by the Department of Health together with the parents and their representatives.
And I take it you are unable to tell us what is contained, in other words, what was the cause of death of these children?
Not at this stage, Xoli.
Khuselwa Rantjie, she speaks for the Office of the Eastern Cape Premier. Oscar Mabuyane, thank you very much for your time.